I'm switching it up today. If Ritz wants to sponsor me, they can also do that. But I'm still looking at UVA Energy. Actually, I'm gonna go grab one right now. Okay, let's get into this freaking video. Hey, what's up? How are you today? It's Mebby, and if you've been on Twitter in the past week for you guys, like 48 hours for me, odds are you've seen this face on your timeline. Or at least this face dunked into a bowl of ice water. I know last week I was talking about false ideals and insane morning routines set as a standard by often female-presenting content creators, but the internet has brutally reminded me this week that I did not touch on male-presenting influencers, which is a whole other pond. This is Ashton Hall, and recently he has become the face of the male influencer morning routine, lifestyle, stupid ass, dumb shit. Ashton Hall was a fitness trainer in LA, I believe, and then during COVID he made the little switch over to content creation and lifestyle coaching, fun stuff, as many people did. And he has amassed so many followers. Hold on, let me break this down. Ashton Hall has gained 9 million followers on Instagram, 4.6 million followers on TikTok, and has 2.7 million followers on YouTube, which, speaking of which, just, if you wanted to, you could hit it. Whoa. Please? You could also hit the like button if you wanted, but that would just be so silly and crazy and wild. Anyway, he has a lot of followers. Now, the content that Ashton posts is very typical male influencer, daily routine, entrepreneur, alpha mindset, and with his recent viral video, which has become the basis for a lot of memes because of how bizarre I think it is, I just thought we'd not only look at that viral video, but we'd also do some little blind reactions to some of his other videos and content and just see how wild these false standards are. I'm sure I'll get into it later, but if you've seen any of my recent videos surrounding these topics, girl, you would know. Girl, you would know. But first, I feel like we need to dive into the video that has informed many, many more people on Ashton's existence. Immediately off the bat, male influencers also use mouth tape. It's not just the female presenting ones. Everyone is sleeping with their mouth closed, which I mean, I guess would be good for snoring. Does he snore? Is he just admitting this in massive snore? Wow, we should all make fun of him because he snores. If I see one more strip of mouth tape on someone who doesn't really need it, I'm going to scratch that. I'm going to lose my mind. Also, it's 3:50 a.m. It's just wild that we are given a circadian rhythm. Sun goes down, night night, sun comes up, good morning. And you still think like we need to be getting up when the sun is down. Biologically, we shouldn't be doing that. This is the first appearance of a bottle that we're going to get very comfortable with. At first when I saw this, I'm like, wow, he's drinking alcohol really early. No, it's just fancy water, which I clearly do not have. Now this is Saratoga sparkling spring water, fancy water. We're just gonna refer to it as fancy water. I think he has he has a sponsorship deal with this water, or he helps promote it in some way. It's in this 90-second video so much. He integrates this bottled water into every single part of his routine. Every single part. Because for some reason that's necessary. I think he actually uses it for brushing his teeth. He didn't turn on his sink. I think he put the toothpaste in his mouth and that is how he's gonna wash out, using fancy water. Oh my god, it is. I was saying that as a joke and then he actually did that. Help! Help me! We're 10 seconds in and I'm crashing out. Why do you sound like that? Are you supposed to breathe like that when you do push-ups? He sounds like a stress ball. He just closed his eyes for 2 minutes. The timestamps in this really take me out too. This man just closed his eyes for 2 minutes. I'm assuming he meditated or like prayed, but there's like no text, no voiceover, no clarification. It's just like the ASMR sounds thing with the most random timestamps you have ever seen in your life.
So we're gonna be serious about the Lord's business.
I don't know what he did for the past 40 minutes, but it's 5:30 now. Oh, and this is what we're doing at 5:30. This is also something he does, and I guess is something that he's making popular, drowning himself. He just fills a bowl with water and ice and shoves his head in it for a prolonged period of time. I feel like you could do just like a cold shower in the morning maybe. And he does this multiple times throughout the day too. This is not the only time we're going to see him drowning himself. Is he okay? Like, do we need someone to check in on him? Is that what we need to do? I'm actually gonna look up the health benefits of this because I have no words. Health benefits of dunking face in ice water. It's a skincare thing. Wait, it's a skincare thing. It's not even like a mental or health thing. It's a skincare thing. Stop doing stupid things that don't really work that well. I didn't crash out at all last video. This is my excuse to crash out, okay? I can crash out over men doing stupid things. So dunking your face in ice water can offer some temporary benefits like reducing puffiness, redness, and inflammation, but it's not a long-term skincare solution and can possibly irritate sensitive skin. I will say, his skin looks like flawless. And that being said, I don't know if you need to keep doing this. Like, I think you can do it to heal your skin, and maybe if you're having a breakout, you can fix it if you really want to, but I don't think we need to be drowning ourselves 3 times a day with Saratoga spring water. Putting on our rings to work out, as we do. Oh my god, that was so loud. A lot of things to unpack here. You might think he just dove into the pool. Wrong. That's not the only thing to unpack here. One, when he went to dive, he was apparently in the air for 4 minutes. How did he do that? I don't know. Maybe this morning routine is actually giving him the ability to fly. Also, he did not dive properly. That was more like a belly flop. I just feel like if you're gonna do something to look cool for a camera, you might as well be good at it. 2, later on in this video, like 5 seconds later, hold on. Not even 5 seconds, 2 seconds later. He's walking into this hot tub. There is a sign right there that says no diving. He broke the rules. What a bitch. Does it matter? No, but if you're gonna be posting something like this, I am going to commentate on something like that. One of my least favorite things that this man does is like not doing anything for himself. Like, it seems like he's doing things for himself. All he is doing is d***ing around, breathing, and working out. Everything else is like done for him. Well, he can get changed. We saw him get changed. So that was good. He knows how to do that at the age of like 30. Amazing. But throughout his videos, people are always doing things for him, whether it be like a service worker at, I guess, his apartment. This low-key just seems like a hotel, but I guess it's his apartment. And then we'll get into this later, but he has like security cards? Question mark. And what I'm assuming is his partner, who he has in a very traditional like sense. We'll see that later though, and then we can crash out about that then. Okay, what was that? Now we're gonna look up health benefits of rubbing a banana peel on your face. Bananas have some skin benefits. Bananas do contain beneficial antioxidants like vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium, and potassium. And the inside of the peel contains lutein, which may hydrate, brighten, and soothe skin. So rubbing it on your face probably provides some nourishment. Probably. It looks like it's like an anti-aging thing. Yeah, it's a youthful thing. I mean, at least you're not buying a product. I will say that. At least it's not like an overconsumption thing. It just seems stupid. I feel like I'm a hater right now. I'm usually not a hater. Well, but no, I just feel like I've never seen someone actually rub a whole banana peel on their face. But maybe that is a more common thing. Maybe I just need to alpha up and start rubbing all the fruit peels that I collect on my face. Imagine he has like an addiction to this routine, and like whenever he sees a peel, he can't like help but like want to rub it all over his face. Oh my god, no way she said that. No, oh my god, she totally did. That's actually crazy. I can't believe she'd do that. That's horrible. No, I know. Are you done with your peel? What? Are you done with your peel? I'm still eating it. Give me that. Dude. put the peel down. It helps my skin. I'm getting wrinkles. I don't know how that looks, but I felt actually insane doing that. I'm never gonna do that again. We still have 14 seconds of this morning routine to unpack, so let's finish it up. Shut the f up. Again, someone brings him the bowl of water, can't even fill it up himself, and then he does a quick little dunk before doing actual work for the day. Imagine you're in class and someone just brings out a bowl in the middle of class and just drowns themselves. This is not normal behavior. And here comes one of my favorite lines of the whole video.
So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
There's no way he was actually on a Zoom call. I refuse to believe that man was on a Zoom call. And the fact that he looks at the camera, he's like, yeah, look at, yeah, we gotta do this, yeah. Like his idea was really like, oh yeah, this is gonna sound like I have a job. You'll see in the rest of his videos, he really flaunts this wealth entrepreneur, alpha male, goal setting mindset persona. And I think it's bullshit. I really don't think it's real. I don't know how much Saratoga Water is paying him, but like, I just don't, I don't, how much money does he have? And not only does he apparently have a lot of money, he flaunts it like crazy. And then I don't know if he has like a real job. Like, I don't know if the business thing is like, yeah, it looks like we got a bit more to get 10,000. 10,000 what? $10,000? 10,000 views? 10,000 banana peels? What? What do you need? Now, I will say that breakfast looks so banging. But again, I think this is his partner right here. And you will see that they're like, this is just the beginning. She brought him the water bowl. She's now bringing him this amazing looking breakfast. I think I'm just really hungry. And she does a lot of other things for him like throughout their videos together. I'm not against your love language being like acts of service and stuff. No, do stuff for your partner. That's nice. But I don't know if he's doing anything for her. So I just feels gross. Feels gross.
Thank you.
God, not the and we end it with the water. Okay, so that video is basically the reason for all of Twitter to start crashing out over this guy. And I think it goes to show, like, I feel like I haven't talked about it enough. Like, not only are girls affected by unrealistic standards and romanticization of toxic self-care and everything I've talked about before, we're not going to get into it, but men really are too. The internet has created not only an ideal women through the male gaze and stuff, there's also the ideal man through the male gaze that's been heavily promoted on the internet as of recently. It's really toxic, and also I don't know a lot of women who would be like, yes, I want a man who gets up at 3:50 a.m. and does jack shit for himself. That's what I want. Yeah, that's my ideal partner. Don't know anybody. But it also shouldn't be about that's what women want. I was just saying it like through the male female gaze type shit. Like, if this is the way you want to live your life and you're okay with that and this is the way it plays out and this is your routine and this is what you want to do, great, fantastic, do it. But I mean, there's no reason to set up your camera at multiple angles throughout the day and share it with everyone. Like, it's your job. Okay, I can get that. I can guarantee you that like half the time he spent doing his morning routine, it was like doubled by the time him setting up the camera. Or maybe he has someone to do that for him too. Maybe he can't hit the record button. But if this is the way you live your life and the way you want to live your life, awesome. But the thing about content creators like this, I often find, is that they really enforce this as like, this is how you should be living. If you're not living this way, you're doing it wrong. You're not going to get anywhere in life. You shouldn't be doing that. When living like that, it's like itself, having that lifestyle, being able to have this morning routine and do that stuff is a privilege in itself, you know? I didn't talk about it a lot in the last video, but you can really see like the socioeconomic status of someone through their self-care, and the like capitalization and commercialization of self-care routines is actually a way for people to like flaunt their wealth, kind of. And they're not doing it purposely. I can guarantee you a lot of people aren't doing it purposely. I mean, I think this guy's kind of doing it purposely, but this in itself, having a self-care routine in the morning, is a privilege. And if you're going to use accusatory language in the content you create or the things you say and say, hey, if you're not living like this, you're doing it wrong. This is how you're going to succeed in life. This is the best possible thing ever. And there are people who literally cannot do that. Maybe that's not the best way to use your content. But I don't know. Let's look at some of his other content and see what he does. Oh my god, oh my god, what? Yes. Oh, we're spicing it up. Oh my god, is that okay? Like, I think the lemons add extra vitamins, but you cannot open your eyes under there. Next thing you know, he's going to be rubbing the lemon slices on his face as well. Maybe on his eyeballs at this point.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. Running vest. Oh, and chains, of course. And no socks with the running shoes. Hey, that's not a flex. You are telling millions of people that your feet stank and probably have a whole ecosystem on them. Please wear socks. Thank you. Why does he look kind of fab? Why is he kind of serving, you know what? Like, he's kind of like, he's kind of a serve right now. I think I want to touch on this too, like the fact that this over grooming, painting yourself as this picture, like peak physical condition, peak skincare, peak outfits, and everything like that, and flaunting it 20 years ago would have been met with a very different response. It's so weird to see this like straight alpha male agenda be flipped on its head, basically. Because if a man was doing this and happened to be gay, and these alpha males like found out he was gay, their opinions, their thoughts, their feelings, their words towards him would be very different. And I just think that's something we should point out. I'm not sure why it's happening, but it's weird, it's odd, it's strange. How are you going to be so homophobic and then doing that, and then serving? How are you going to be doing that? That's no. You can't do that.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, a zebra cake? Yes. Oh my god, that was scary. Is he saying ice? Oh, gotta get the Saratoga water.
Push that. Have a good one.
Hey, nice to meet you again.
Okay, awesome. I love how that, like, get ready with me morning routine started off with the most intense intro ever. What's another routine he has? Starting off the video right. Of course. Nice. Oh. Thought that was going a much different direction, holy shit.
Hey.
He has very short shorts. That's just a personal comment. Again, no socks. Oh, don't, oh. Who are these people? Who are these people? I'm assuming, like, since it's like an 8 million, this is like an 8 million follower celebration, I'm just going to assume, like, those are his friends or his partners or, like, people who he works for and they're not actually, like, security guards who love to serve him. If they are, that's actually wild. That is crazy. If they aren't, that's actually wild. That's crazy that you're pretending to have those two. Like, it just shows the persona that he's, like, forcing as his brand identity, you know? And I think it just says a lot when a content creator is forcing themselves as a brand identity as opposed to a person. They have two whole boxes of Saratoga in there, as we do. So does he run professionally? Why does he run so much? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's in like peak physical condition, but is there like a reasoning other than like just cause? I think we get the gist of his routine. Drown yourself, get dressed, make your friends dress up like security guards and go for a run. But let's see some of his advice too.
When I cut out all of the noise and went all in on my goal and my dream, this is when I blew up. These are 3 things that held me back before we finally began to win. Number 1, saving money. The main cost of making money is losing some on the way. Alex Hormozy said this best. He said, I lost $10K to my first $100,000. I lost $100,000 on my way to my first million. The bigger your goals are, the more expensive the lesson will be. If you are not shooting shots with the cash that you have, you won't win. Hire the videographer that's going to save you 5 hours of editing a day. Pay that mentor that's in the position that you desire to be in.
I know this isn't like great for everyone, and I'm not saying everyone should do everything themselves, but I think the issue with a lot of influencers and content creators, and like why I hate to use the word like influencer, is because common mass-produced influencers today often see themselves as like the influencing, the job part is just sitting in front of a camera and reading the script, doing the promoted brand, like whatever you want to do, and often doesn't do a lot of the creative stuff like learning how to edit or film properly or write for oneself. And I'm not saying everyone has to do that. It's a lot and it's unachievable sometimes. That's completely normal. But I just feel like when you start out out, like maybe learn to do it. I think the coolest thing about content creation, especially when it first got started, was like everyone was just making stuff for themselves, low budget productions, because they wanted to, because they love to learn about film and love to learn about editing, and that's what drove them. That was why they were doing it. A creative outlet, a hobby, as opposed to a way to be monetized. And like getting monetization to fund your creative projects, that's awesome. But that wasn't always the main goal. But now people, it's like a flip narrative. People now see content creation as a way to make money. It's a job, which it is. But they often want to do it for like all the benefits they see, but none of the creative drive. And that often leads to a little bit of a crash and burn. Like I do this because this is like a very creative hobby for me. That's a good outlet to put my energy into. So I don't know. Let's just continue with his advice.
Number 2, this is what's holding most of you back. The fear of failure. I was afraid that people would see me and say, oh, here goes Ashton, trying something new again. Okay, let's see how long this lasts. He didn't finish college. He's been from job to job. This dude is just a loser. Yes, they are gonna think that. Nobody truly has time to care about your situation but you. Stop sharing your goals with people who don't matter. Just do it, bro. Get to work and don't let anybody convince you of otherwise. Last but not the least was my 9 to 5. I was working 60 plus hours a week. I was giving my brand my leftover energy. So I was getting leftover energy results. Your 9 to 5 is holding you back. Everybody's story looks a little bit different. When I walked away from my 9 to 5, I had no savings, bro. I had something way more valuable than money. I had time. If they can put 8 hours into a video versus your 40 minutes, you could already see why their content is a lot better than yours.
Please be financially stable before you do this. Do not quit your 9 to 5 with no savings. That scares me. Yes, it will be amazing if you had more time to work on your creative skills and your editing and your videography and what you want to create in order to grow yourself, grow your brand, grow whatever you want to do. And it'd be awesome if you could live in America without a 9 to 5 and do that. But that is an extremely difficult thing to ask, and that's something that shouldn't be normalized, because if you encourage everyone to just do that with no guarantee, like this is literally such a pure luck thing. There are some strategies: post consistently, post this, know your audience, do this, get this kind of brand sponsorship. Like there's so many like little hacks and skills that makes it less luck, but really the getting started part is very much kind of luck. I'm so excited at the thought of possibly finishing college and still having this, because if I were able to work on this all the time, I would actually love that until I get burnt out. But I would really love that. But I can't do that. I'm still working a job. I'm still doing classes. I'm still keeping up my social life. And I'm still doing this. And yeah, sometimes it's hard. I don't get a lot of sleep. But it's what I love to do and it's fun. So until you feel that you're at a stable point of your life, you should not put an unstable goal or dream ahead of what's actually going to keep you floating, if that makes sense. I don't know. Try to make some sacrifices and do it at the same time as your 9 to 5 until you're really sure about that, because that could end really badly. So good luck with that. And at the end of the day, if you're pursuing content creation, your goal should not be to make as much money as possible and to be as famous as possible. That should not be your goal if you want to do content creation. I think that's like the difference between influencer and content creation. This is really getting into like my beliefs that I did not expect to be sharing. You should just be doing this because you creatively really like that and have a passion and drive for it. I guess that's my content creation hot take. As long as you're fun and have a good personality and obviously have a passion for what you're doing, people will be attracted to that. You will find your audience. Your audience can be niche. As long as you like what you're doing, that can be enough. Also, please don't quit your 9 to 5 if you haven't found that audience yet. I cannot stress enough. Well, maybe do it if it's impacting your mental health negatively and you have the funds to do it, yeah. But not the go-to. Ashton Hall, I really hope you don't die by drowning yourself inside ice water. That wouldn't be cool. I'm gonna ship my banana peels to your P.O. box for your face, just in case you wanted them. And it was lovely to meet you this week on Twitter. I hope we don't forget about you very quickly. Anyway, if you have any thoughts or feelings about this video, feel free to type that in the comments below. And while you're down there, you can hit the like button. And while you're down there, you can hit the subscribe button. The majority of my viewers are not subscribed, so I think we should fix that. I really do. And if you want to follow me on any of my other socials, feel free to go do that. They're somewhere on the screen. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I love you. Bye. I'm gonna go start my night routine at 7 p.m. so I have about 4 hours to do it. It involves me changing into my PJs and laying in my bed for 4 hours, doom scrolling until I fall asleep. So we got a long night ahead of us. I'm gonna go get started on that.